Sup Shredders, my name is Logan, aka Spiderhands, and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we're going to be listening to a track from a couple of acts named Audie B and Diakar, titled Jealous. It's the Diakar remix. Switching over to here to Spotify, we have this track right here, so that's all chill. All right, listen to this song from start to finish, and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go. Jealous. Oh, that's a very fresh sounding bass synth, isn't it? Really lovely resonance on that. I'm liking the way it's being delivered, man. It's got a lot of sass to it.
Hey, get it out. Now never one side. Holding your soul and calling you mine. Ain't gifted now to wear your crown. You wanna play games, but I'm begging you to go. So didn't get the message or you followed me home. Hashtag stalker when you serial code.
Oh, okay. So we're talking about people who follow you home after dates and kind of creep on you and stuff like that. I get it. Jealous. It was nice to have that jealous hook line inserted into the start of the song. The production's pretty slick. Okay, and there's just so much going on. You know, you got the turntable vinyl scratching going on there, as well as the kicks and that bass synth. Sorry, the bass synth, and then you've also got some pads going on there as well.
What the fuck are you gonna do? Jealous, bitch, walk on a mile. Jealous, bitch, walk on a mile. What's your fucking name? What you gonna do? What the fuck are you gonna do? Jealous, bitch, walk on a mile. Jealous, bitch, walk on a mile, bitch.
Oh, damn. That's got a real don't fuck with me kind of vibe, doesn't it? I dig that. I got a lot of time, a lot of love for that. You know, Audie B and Diakar, you've got this kind of, how do I describe this type of music, man? It's contemporary kind of like, not necessarily bass house. I like how we've got this rapping over these drums and there's other different instruments in the mix though. They're pretty cool. You know, like it's a fairly charismatic performance, but it's got a sense of elegance to it. You can tell that Audie B is very comfortable with how she performs, her place in her song. And with this remix, it's you know, it's very classily handled, you know. It's done I think it's done to sort of demonstrate the best qualities of Audie B whilst also showcasing what Diakar is capable of on their side, sorry, in terms of the music production. Oh damn, that's a pretty slick, smooth To be honest, I don't get to listen to a lot of this much kind of electro house. Electro house, I don't know what specific subgenre this is. And I hesitate because I don't want someone to go, actually, this is this thing. You don't know what you're talking about. Although by not committing to a certain type of genre, I suppose I'm demonstrating that I'm not as knowledgeable. Oh well, what can you do? I can comment on the musicality of it, though. I really do enjoy how simplistic this drop is. If you listen to it. Bum, bum, bum. You know, you've just got bum, bum, bum. That's the bass line. Bum, bum, bum. You know, you've just got that. And you've got some different synths coming in on the tail end of it to change up the texture of the drop. And you've got this second half with the additional high frequency, mid frequency layering of the, like that wah, wah there to kind of put something into the offbeats that aren't being paid attention to by the kicks and snares. Or is there a snare in there at all? It might just be kicks.
No, it can't. No, it's time to go. So get it going and go. What you're about, coasting around. Wanna get me back? You ain't my kind of grind. Always wish you got to see me when you're dropping and cruising so low. She gets serious one-on-one. I drop your mask, I drop your gun. Aftermath patrolling that successful line. Getting jumping, time to go. So I said, sayonara ho. Made them folks draw back to me. ADHD.
Shit, okay, this is I'm kind of trying to keep up with everything that's being said here, and it's kind of difficult. I'm gonna like listen to this a few times and see if I can catch it.
Wanna get me back, you ain't my kind of blonde. Always wish you got to see me when you're dropping and cruising so low. She gets serious one-on-one, I drop your mask, I drop the gun, glug. Aftermath patrolling, that's successful line. Getting jumping, time to go. So I said, sayonara ho. Made them folks come back to me. ADHD called me, get back on my feet. That's a model Audie B. Banging back in business, hear the drop, back to your clique. Oh, fake bitch, dropping beats. Oh, jealous, oh my, I wanna see you.
Oh, okay, I kind of get it. So she's talking about the people that she has relationships with, or just whatever, that people are jealous of Audie B, and she's telling them to just basically get the hell over it, fake bitches. That's the vocalist is saying that these other people aren't worth her time explicitly. I know there's a bit more to that. I'd probably need a bit more time to sort of like really, really listen to that set because she's going so quickly, man. And it's just hard to kind of focus on the individual words.
The people saw you, want you out of town. When they see you, wanna jump on you. Lame ass, drop who you sold. Lost your face, I'm downtown, you fool. Get on side, let's lose our mind. Let's go get a guy, turn it all night.
And we've got a soft, stringy interlude section. That's kind of fun. Bum, 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 bum. I'm liking that additional little bit of color that this particular synth brings to the mix. It's a nice contrast to even the vocals that are in the same frequency range. It's got a bit of sizzle to it. And this build is kind of the build as well is very succinct, but it does what it needs to illustrate that we're moving to a different section. And the track has been mixed and mastered well. All the parts of the song are relatively loud, but they don't feel equally pummeling in the sense that, like, obviously the drop's gonna be the loudest part of the song, but even though like things have been mastered and limited fairly correctly, there is still a semblance of dynamic range, and I appreciate that. It's got a chord note groove to it. Sticks with those accents. You pepper it with bits of the hook line. Go walk a mile, bitch. I'm assuming that means when she's saying walk a mile, she's saying walk a mile in my shoes. As in like, you don't know me until you've walked a mile in my shoes. I suppose that's what it is.
What's your fucking name? What you gonna do? What the fuck are you gonna do?
What the fuck? I love the attitude. Because it's true. If someone's jealous of you, what are they going to do about it? You got to ask them that question. Are you really worth me feeling bad for you even? Like, what's the point of even being jealous if you're just going to sit there stewing and ruminating in it?
Jealous, bitch, walk on a mile. Jealous, bitch, walk on a mile. What's your fucking name? What you gonna do? What the fuck are you gonna do? Jealous, bitch, walk on a mile. Jealous, bitch, walk on a mile, bitch.
Nice delay on those vocals as well there. Fills in the space really nicely. We have 14 seconds here where we're kind of just chilling. That's all good. The Jealous Diakar remix. I think that the remix pays tribute to Audie B's vocal style. It's got the drop synths, the basses, and are a nice contrast to how fresh and bright the synth pads and leads are in like the intro section. I'm glad that the focal point remained Audie B throughout. With a remix, there can be sort of a tendency to make it more about the person who's doing the remix than the original artist, but there was careful attention and respect paid to Audie B throughout this process by Diakar. I wouldn't be surprised if Audie B was not like directly collaborating with Diakar on this, because it's very tight, If not, like, either way, it's fine. Yeah, the vocal recording, I think that's testament to how the original single was done. If there was another reason for this, I think that this is something that could probably pass really well in clubs, and like nightclubs and stuff like that. I think a lot of people will be able to relate to this. A lot of people, Or maybe actually there's a lot of people who are probably on the other side of the coin and maybe, who become jealous. So maybe, I mean, who gives a fuck if they have an issue with a song like this, right? Because they're the ones with the problem. But there are going to be people who like listen to this and think, yeah, fuck the haters, and then they're going to have a great time with this song, and they're going to sing along to it and have a good. I think this is catchy enough. I think it's got a great personality to it, and it seems authentic to Audie B's brand. Looking across her previous releases and all that, it's really cool. I'm glad that the musical theme instantiated at the start wasn't too complicated. It was bum 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 bum. That's enough to get people vibing with it. It's especially if it's played at like a nightclub and people are already drunk. They just want to hear something that sounds kind of groovy and that they can kind of, I don't know, sound like a 60-year-old, but like people just want to like be able to resonate with the song and have a fun time. And they don't want to sort of be doing you really don't want to be having to do some deep analysis of a musical composition in the middle of a bender. I think it was really cool as well that we kept both of the verses in this song. I think that if you'd sort of taken away even one of those verses that were very obviously vital and telling Audie B sorry within the song, it would have detracted from the experience. Which is part of why I'm glad that this was 3 minutes 49. I'm sure some people might have wanted to. People make remixes a bit like smaller than this. Like they'll try and make them 2.5 minutes, but if you made the song any shorter than this, it would have been detracted from the required listening experience. And yeah, even though I said that I couldn't necessarily hear everything clearly that Audie B was saying in like that second verse, I know that she's a polished, rapper who's got a lot of experience. To sound that confident whilst you're doing it, that you've been in front of the mic a few times, and the quality of the vocal recording insinuates to me that this is someone who's an experienced performer, who's done recordings before and is comfortable, and knows what she's doing. So that just comes down to me. I'll just have a quick listen through that first verse again. Yeah, it's tricky. It sounds like she's having a conversation with someone like directly. I'm assuming this is a personal experience, but I can't tell exactly who she's referring to, whether it's like a guy that's jealous of her or something like that, or jealous that she's into someone else, or if it's then like another person. It could be both. Dude, there could just be a lot of... She could be addressing different people that are jealous of her for different reasons, and I think that's cool. I think that's something that's definitely worth talking about in a song. It wasn't a trashy experience listening to her talk about this, She didn't just completely shit on people. She tried to do it in a way that was like true to her brand and authentic, and I think it came across that way. And it helped that the music production was slick. You had a nice changes of mood and energy throughout, and it finished nicely with her on the vocals. And that's it. That's effectively my review of Audie B and the Diakar remix of Jealous. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did enjoy this review, please do go check out Audie B and Diakar's and Spotify. And stay cool and stay safe. And please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. Catch you next review. Spider hands out.